Today I want to talk about some advanced retention techniques. So let's get started. What's up, America? Neil here with Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. I'm out here in the range today and I just want to shoot a quick one about some advanced retention techniques. I think this is really important. There are certainly, especially now with active shooters and whatnot, there's going to be times where we're going to unfortunately be in a position where we have to take a long distance shot. But even so, majority of your confrontations, you're going to be up close and personal. Someone's going to be in your personal space. And one of the things that's critical in that situation is that we retain control of our weapon. So I can't stress this enough. This is not a training video, especially in an application like this. But this is something that if you have some experience under your belt with actually some defensive classes that you've taken beyond the CCW class, this is something to start looking towards and finding instructors in your area that teach this sort of thing so you can kind of get the concept and the idea. We're going to do this both dry fire here with a blue gun and then of course I'll do it live fire. But the idea in this particular case, if there's something very an adversary very close to me, I need to be able to control my weapon under a situation where they're trying to take it from me. So let's assume here that this is my attacker and they're this close, right? And I'm going to use my blue gun here. We've done videos and we'll talk more about actually getting your gun from concealment and all that. But from this point, let's just assume that we already have the gun out. Now, in this particular case, obviously, I don't hopefully need to tell you that extending the gun out here is a pretty stupid idea. So we're going to need to keep this gun retained to us, keep it tight to our body. We may need to use our other hand here in order to create space or fend off or stop blows or grab a hand. Maybe there was, I don't know, another weapon there, whatever the case is. I need to keep this gun pointed at my target, at my threat. Typically, what I'm trying to go for is the pelvic girdle area. It's low, and if there is a situation where we're kind of in some type of struggle, I don't ever want to end up doing this and obviously muzzling or shooting myself. So down here is usually a little bit safer place. Plus, it's a very good area to stop a threat. Now, this video in particular, I want to show you a couple techniques. In this scenario, we always have this kind of situation, and I've done plenty of videos on this where I'm canting the gun out to keep the slide away so that I can use this up close and then hopefully create distance. But in this case, we're talking about worst case scenario where the attacker already grabs our gun or grabs our arms. And so all we have to do is, only thing we can do now is retain this gun. Now, I'm only going to get one shot, of course, because I'm literally going to grab my own gun just like this, okay? So in a retention style, I'm going to grab my own gun, being aware, and this is where training comes in. Again, that's why this is not a training video. I can't get my thumb anywhere near the back of the gun if I have a hammer fire gun, because that's obviously going to impede it. It will never fire that way. Another advantage, by the way, for striker fire guns. But I need to come over here and retain it. So that way, even if they have their hands on there and they're trying to grab the gun and we're kind of in the struggle here, I'll still be able to get my one shot off, okay? Once I get that one shot off, I need to use the tools that I have, which is this gun can be one to jab forward into the face or area, because again, this is going to be made of obviously some type of metal firearm, metal slide, polymer, whatever the case is, to be able to strike. But I also have these elbows, which can be very devastating from here. So I get my one shot. I may need to come here with my elbows to create that space. As soon as I start to get a little bit of distance or the grip is loosened, the very next thing I'm going to do is rack my gun so I get another round of the chamber and then continue. Maybe now I start to create space this way, and then I can finally back off until I can get out there to the extension until the threat is stopped. Every scenario is going to be different and there's no way to predict that. But this is a good tool in order to grab your own gun, because they're already on here trying to pull it, pry it out of here. Whatever the case is, get our one shot, use our gun or elbows to create space. Maybe there's someone coming from behind and I can use elbows this way to try to get space around me so I can get out and begin to move and get shots on target, okay? We're going to do this live fire next, but I just wanted to show you what this looked like with our blue gun. So this is my new bad guy here. We're at a very close distance. We're going to assume here I've already got my gun out, and in this particular case, we're really tight. The person's grabbing my gun and trying to pry it from me. So again, I'm going to use a retention where I'm coming over and literally grabbing over the gun to retain it. Now again, remember, After this first round, as you're going to see, it's not going to function because we're keeping the gun, the slide from activating. So I have my gun out here and we're in this fight. I take my one shot. Now from here, I can use my gun to jab, use my elbows, I need to create space. As soon as I get that space, okay, maybe I need this. Maybe I'm back here again. Maybe that wasn't enough. And I'm back here again, I have to take the shot. But the point is from here, as soon as I do this, I want to create some space, okay, and try to drive back. The idea here, okay, is that I'm using all the tools that I have, maybe it's behind me, whatever the case is, to retain this gun. This is key right here. I've got to keep this gun to me. Once I lose this, we're obviously bad day now. It's already a bad day. So I'm keeping this tight to the body, really tight. Not out here, tight to the body, and I'm using my tools here, and I'm looking around at my area, just as if I'm scanning and assessing, same concept, but we're doing this quick. I need to see what's around me so I can create that space and potentially get in a better position. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of understanding that this is not training. Please do not go to some field or some friend's field and try this. This is something that you need to do under professional supervision with an instructor who knows what they're doing. The point of this video, though, is if this is something you've never done before, maybe you've had some training, again, CCW does not count, some type of training, then this is something that you want to start working towards and kind of setting your goal towards, these types of advanced retention techniques. But again, find a competent instructor who can help you with that. Hope you guys found this to be helpful. Hope you learned something from this. You know, you can find us on Instagram. We put all our A-level stuff on Patreon, of course here on YouTube, Facebook. And remember, oh, and also, if you want to help us out, guys, share this video, share all our stuff. That's how we grow and get exposure. And I can't thank you guys enough. Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.